Hey guys, welcome back. This is Imab Tariq, and today I'm here with the new video, a very important element in construction industry which is often ignored, called water bar. Sometimes we can say water stopper or water stop. This is important because it prevents the structure from leakage and play an important role to extend the lifespan of concrete structures. So in this video, we will cover uh, what are the uses of a water bar, where we can use it. Along with that, what are the different types of water bar, uh, installation procedure of water bar, and the most common mistakes usually done at site, which lead to a very severe consequences. So in this short video, I will cover briefly all these topics. So before starting, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so you can get my videos. So let's start with the topic, the water bar. The water bar is actually a very important and specially designed material which we can use in the construction joint of a concrete or a joint in the concrete. Uh, Usually we use the water bar in the area where we have the concrete joints. There's old concrete, there is a new concrete and a separate pour. So in the next slide, I will show you where we are using these water bars. Usually used in the basements, in the water tanks, swimming pools, dams, tunnels, and any structure which has the water pressure, which are retaining the water pressure from inside, from outside. So we use a water stop to prevent leakage to the weak zone where we have the concrete joint. As concrete joint is the weak zone for the leakage and water penetration. So going to the next slide, where we have the types of the water stop. Usually we have PVC water stop, we have swellable water bar, and we have metal water stop. PVC water bar is usually commonly used in the construction. You can see, I will show you it with the laser pointer. You can see this one is the PVC water bar. You can see the ribs. These ribs actually stop the water from penetration through the joints of the concrete. And you can see this hole, the use of this hole I will show you in the coming slide. This is very important, keep this in mind. So next is the swellable water bar, this one which I am pointing with the laser. So the swellable water bar actually it swells up, as it's from his name, when it get moisture from the concrete. So there are certain scenarios in the construction where we cannot install the PVC water bar, so we use flexible water bar. And when we pour the second concrete, it absorbs moisture from the concrete and it swells up to uh, cover up the gaps in the concretes to prevent leakage. The third one is the metal water stop. This is a specialized water bar usually for some industrial projects. This is not commonly used uh, water bar. So going to the next slide, where we can discuss the very important very important portion of this video is installation process. In installation process, we have to monitor and strictly quality control the installation of water bar at site. So the first point we have to take care is the centerment of the water bar. It should be at the center of the retaining wall which we are installing. This is the first point we have to ensure. You see here, this is the width of the retaining wall, and this is the water bar which is in the center of the wall. So this is the first important point we have to take care. And the second point is we have to uh, tight the top and bottom of the water bar and make it centered, tightly secured at the center. Why? Because when we are doing concrete, due to the concrete pressure, it slips to one side and then it will not serve the purpose. So we have to take care. The second point is that it should be uh, properly tied to the center. How we will tie it in the PVC water bar? There is a small holes which I show you in the second slide. Through these holes, we can tie it with the rebars in the center from top and bottom. And the third very important point is the joints of the water bar. The water bar should be properly jointed through welding. So how it will be welded, you can see in this picture. There's one welding point to make it a closed loop. This is another welding point, and this is the third welding point. This welding point is actually for the vertical construction joint. Sometimes we have very long basements where the wall we can cast in many portions. So for those we have to install the water bar this way, and it should be welded to this water bar. All the water bars should be closely looped, and it should be each welding point should be properly checked to avoid any gaps, any openings in the welding points. Welding should be done properly by expert, and it should be joined rib to rib. You can see this one. It should be properly, each rib will be welded to the next rib, and this will be continuous. There should be no gap, no bubbles, anything. So this is the reason it should be properly done with the expert of the water bar. And the fourth point which we need to take care is uh, the water bar monitoring during concrete casting. When we're doing concrete casting, we have to supervise that the water bar not slips from the pressure of the concrete during casting, and it remain rigid in the center of the wall. So these are a few installation steps which we can properly quality control, and then we have to ensure the integrity of the structure. These are some installation pictures from the side. First, we need to check the section. You can see in the section, this is the water bar, and it is in the center tightly. This line is the construction joint at the joint of concrete. This one is the old concrete. First we cast this, and the second stage we cast this. So you can see from here that it should be in the center, and half of the water bar should be embedded in the first pore, and the remaining half will be uh, we will do it in the second pore. We have to properly apply the bonding agent at the construction joint. We have to chip it, rough it, and remove the loose materials. So these are the very important points to secure the construction joint through water bar. This picture is from the side. You can see the installation of water bar. These are the vertical construction joint labs which have been provided. These are the horizontal labs. So this is the way we can connect, and then we have to provide a kicker, here kicker formwork. You can see maybe in the coming slide you will see. Uh, Another point is another picture is for the swellable water bar. You can see around the pipe. We cannot use the PVC water bar, so we use swellable water bar. In some congested areas, we provide this swellable water bar. And what it did, when we do the second pour of concrete, it absorbs the moisture and expands. It swells up, as from its name clear. So through this way, we can prevent the leakage through the construction joint. Now in this picture you can see the most common mistakes we did usually. We can this is through this picture you can see this is the width of the retaining wall, and the center this is the water bar. So this is one of the pictures from the side. You can see it's properly maintained in the center, and it's, you see this rebar is provided, and through this rebar the water bar is tightened, and then the rebar is installed properly to avoid movement of the water bar. Same as for the downside. So this is the good practice. You have to provide one straight bar at the top and the bottom of the water bar, and tie the water bar to that bar, and then that bar you can tie to the remaining reinforcement to avoid movement. This is very good practice. So this is the first point. Second point is the rigid tightness of the water bar. You can see in this picture it is very tightly secured to the center. And third one is uh, during concrete casting, it should be properly casted from one side, and taken should be care that it should not pull back this to one side, the water bar. Otherwise the purpose will not be served, and there will be a chances of a leak. So, and the last uh, point, as it mentioned in the slide, that most failure happen not because of the product, but because of the poor installation. So what do you understand from this? That product mostly will be good, but because of the poor installation, because of the incompetent people, installation of the water bar, it will lead to the risk of the leakage, which will compromise the whole uh, longevity of your structure. So these are the common mistakes in the water bar installation. And what are the consequences usually we get? You can see this picture. And mostly it damage the structural integrity. Your structure will be compromised, and the lifespan of the structure will be decreased. Why? Because that water, when it moves through the construction joint, it will reach to the rebar reinforcement, and then the reinforcement will start rusting, and when it gets rusting, so the longevity of the foundation or your structure will be compromised. So it will reduce the overall lifespan of the structure. And another thing is it is very high cost, and uh, it's very difficult to control this leakage even with the after expenditure of very high cost. So we have to be very uh, strict to the installation of the water bar, because this is a very important uh, element in the construction of the dams, construction of retaining structure, basements, walls, and water tanks. So this all about the water bar installation, and hope you understand each point and it's clear. And still, if you have any comment regarding the water bar installation, any example you want, or have any question, you can ask me in comment box. And please share my video with your colleagues for their understanding. Thank you so much, and bye.